All right, finally we get to do it, and finally we are in Power BI. So, Power BI, you need to get the data into the system, and how you do it is very quick and dirty. So you can have multiple ways to add the data. So in the report, you can here get data and browse for anything you want. But you can also go to the transform data, which opens for you the Power Query, and here you can also do the new source, and then the same window opens. So I will cover some interesting files now today. For example, we have a CSV today, we have a JSON, and we have also a folder. And PDF, I'm not so sure about it yet, but maybe we can do later. So let's start with a CSV file. We can just look for a CSV file here. So I have this city power stations, and then it makes a connection and it shows me here the file origin. And I would always do propose you to say here the Unicode UTF-8. So yeah, maybe this is the best because it shows every signs and every symbol. So delimiter is a comma in this case, and we just load it in, and it's there. So next one would be the JSON file, which we have already here, and I have the bikes.json. So I can show you just how it looks in the reality. So in the reality, bikes.json looks like this, and don't need this anymore. Bikes.json looks like this, bikes and customers and sales. So this is also the three which you see here, and basically we have the option to unfold those to new rows. We can also say here to expand the new rows here and to expand the new rows here, or the extract values. Extract values meaning, let's say, no delimiter because won't be used. It doesn't work here because it's used for something else. But you can always do the expand rows, and then it will show you expand, 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 expand. These are the three brands that we saw, and we also have customers, and we can unfold those using those keys here. So we have to do this manually, and there's also some way achieve some better automation here, but this is not for this video. So the JSON file, which we have seen before with bikes, is now structured a different way. So the bikes were those, and the customers were those, and the sales were those. But in general, this is all now. For example, if you see the track ID is one, and we see here behind that we have also like the customer's ID is 101, which you have for on the same level as track. So the ID of the customer is taken over to the beaks to the IDs one. So everything, as you will see, everything is taken over to everything else. So if you the track, and the track has all of the people inside. So we have track, and then Alice, and then Bob. So we have Alice and we have Bob, everything used together because we have expanded it together. And then you have as well here below the Alice and the Jones, we have also the distinction between those sales IDs, which are also distinct. So this doesn't make any sense because for this document you have the for this single document you have the bikes, and this doesn't mean so if there's bikes here one, this doesn't mean that every one of those has bought the bike one. So it doesn't have to mean this. So you have to be careful with expanding all the rows. Let's duplicate it and see again the delete until the end. So if maybe it would be better to expand the new rows here and then to do it again and then keep it like this. And let's just delete those columns and do another one, which then this is the bikes, and this will be the customers. Um, and this is just the bikes, bikes.bikes. Oh, we cannot have bike, bikes, and this is bike customers. And then, for example, we have here the customers, and then we spend those rows, and then we delete those two, and so on. And now, yeah, this would be probably the way you do it because the data here, it doesn't make so much sense. So be careful with the JSON then. Be very careful. And yeah, the third and final thing I wanted to like to show to you is a folder. So you can have a folder here, a folder, and let's just browse for a folder. And I've prepared some. In the dreams, there's this folder, and you can see that there's a multiple files in there, which are basically for different leads, and we can also just combine and transform the data, or just transform the data. And I would suppose you to click on this button here. So it is transforming the data already here in this small window, and we see like the first file, file origin. Always, if it's a CSV file, I would recommend to you to do this, and then skip files with arrows if you need to. But in general, this will load in all the files using a helper query. And this helper query can be very helpful in multiple kinds of occasions, but not in this one because those files are quite easy to understand. We have only the city here and the power station, and actually this is a very good example of it because we were adding those files here now, but the city and the power station should be here on the column 1 and column 2. And that is where this transform file can come into handy because we can use the transform file beforehand. Those column 1 and column 2 are created in the Power BI. So we can say, no, for each of the files, take city and the power station, or take the first row as the main row. So we can do it somewhere here. So I just have to find it. So maybe it's a transform. Yeah, it's a transform the sample file. So we can click here on this and use the first row as a header. So like this. And then we have, just need to maybe adjust some of the logic. Yeah, exactly. The change type must go, but now we see this is perfect fine. So this transform sample file is very powerful tool. You can use in the folder imports, and yeah, this wraps up very well. I think the local stuff. You also have XML, but this goes into detail very specifically. PDF. If you find this PDF online, let me see. PDF download, learning, for example, learning languages. Then we should have here some PDF. Oh, 217 pages. This could take a while, but let's just try it out, and because it doesn't cost anything. Okay, so PDF it will be, and this is the PDF I found online. Let's just try it out. I mean, why not? Maybe we have some data or some text inside that the model can find. So on page 5, we have a table, for example, and this is actually true because we have here the contents on the page 5. So this is funny that it actually found it. So let's just dig a little bit more. So page 6, we have another one. Yeah, that's right. Really impressive stuff here. So what is the what is on page 10 actually? Sprache, nicht, grammar, from. Where this stuff grammar? This is German. So page 23. So let's see how it works here. Introduction. Maybe this one is maybe this one. Page 23. Yes, yes. So the PDF seems to have some implicit tables inside, so we can gather the data from the tables. So let's just let's just go a little bit down if to see if we have a big table maybe with some interesting data. Maybe the oh, I just stumbled upon something, I think. This is also nice. I think this is a this is one as well. No, it's actually not. In this case, it's not. But is there some good table here? Maybe in the references on the bottom? No, not really. There's not really any references. But what is this? Oh, yo, yo. This table is empty. So you see, it looks kind of fine to use that. So if you ever need to get some data out of the PDF and you don't want to use AI or something else, then just try Power BI. So let me see PDF download list of countries. Okay, this looks much better, much easier for Power BI to digest. So let's just try this out as well. You need to download first. This is the alphabetical list of countries. And I would suppose here now that this is quite a very good use case for this. But let's try it out before we say something. So do we have different tables now? Yes, we do. So this is, I mean, medium good. You could maybe go to the source, the navigation. Ah, okay, the source doesn't really include this transform file here, but yeah, you could definitely find a way to use this transform file with the helper queries to make one table out of this instead of otherwise if you don't need to do this for example there's also some errors here by the way, so it's not perfect, but you could also just join the queries, so for example those here upon the queries as a new, and then you have table 1 and table 2 for example. I mean, you can do it like this as well. And then you have here table 3, table 4, table 5. It's wrong. Why is it wrong? Table 005 wasn't recognized. Oh, it's still page 4. That's why. So yeah, you can also do it like this. I mean, if you want. Ah, there's some nice arrows here, but if you want, it's fine to you, and you can use those options. So those have been the Power BI import data local demo, and I'm very happy to help always and give some ideas about your project and efforts. And yeah, reach out to me, please, if you have something to say, some questions, some regards, some greetings, and I will get in touch with you and like you get it back. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.